Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. It is Sat Chat time. I hope I have enough room on this camera card. It just occurred to me I've been filming on that card for like all day yesterday, and now I'm not so sure. So hopefully we have enough we have enough room on this card to film our Sat Chat. So I was filming yesterday. I wasn't like I kind of let the camera roll because it was one of those things where it's like I really want to create gummy bears, and that's right there. But with pastel pencils on pastel mat, I was like, oh, I want to try that. I know it's not really a translucent medium that I would typically pick to, you know, paint a translucent thing, but in case it comes out really great, I'm just gonna let the camera roll, but I'm not gonna like put the pressure on that it's gonna be a good thing. But anyways, I love how it came out. I feel like the art block is over. I know I've been like complaining about art block for like way too long, but I think I've tackled it. I think so. It's feeling springy. I was watching the news this morning, and the lady on the news is like, we turn our clocks ahead this weekend, and I'm like, it's daylight savings time already. We have made it. We have made it. We have made it through the dark days, and we are into the longer, springier, summerier days. I am so happy. That just made me ridiculously happy. Like just hearing that sweet, wonderful woman on the news this morning tell me that daylight savings time is starting tonight. Tonight. You're watching this Saturday, so it's tonight. Turn your clocks ahead. Change your batteries and your smoke detectors. Be safe out there. That's exciting. That's exciting. And I've been noticing all week on Facebook that all the local ice cream parlors are opening. They're open. So that's really optimistic feeling. You know, it just makes me, I don't even eat ice cream, but I don't eat gummy bears either. I don't eat these sweets. I just like to paint them. I started donuts, a stack of donuts. I just had the background done, but high hopes, high hopes. Honestly, I was just like, that looks good, that looks good. I'm gonna paint it. It doesn't matter. It's totally silly, but I don't care because I'm gonna paint it because that's what I feel like doing. You know, I'm just gonna like grab life by the donuts and dig in and have fun and create what I want to create. So I took my convertible for a spin a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, this is a 6 CD changer. I know, I'm totally fancy. And I'm gonna grab some music to put in there, and so I grabbed one of my, we have 3 binders. My husband alphabetized all of our music at one point, and so I just grabbed one binder, and I'm like, I'm too lazy to go through all the binders, pick the perfect music. I'm just gonna grab one, and I'm just gonna grab like 5 CDs that speak to me, because there was one CD in my car at the time, so I'm like, I'm just gonna leave that one in there. It came with the car. It was like a Grammy artist compilation, but I don't know, it's just so, I don't know, it's just so random that I'm like, yeah, that's gonna stay in the car a little longer. So I ended up with this weird assortment of M artists. So I have like the mamas and the papas, and there's a song that's like, go where you wanna go, live how you wanna live, and I'm like, yeah, that's like my anthem currently. So that was in there. I also had like Alanis Morissette, which I used to always think, so when I bought that CD, I was probably like, I don't know, 19 or 20 or something. And I thought, boy, she has a chip on her shoulder. And then like now as 46-year-old me, it's like, yep, I totally get it. It's funny how music can, your perception of songs can change over the years. And I'm trying to think what else, what other fantastic M artists I have in the car right now. I am gonna go through and change the CDs, but I thought that was just kind of because when I was painting, I'm like, gotta go where you wanna go. You know, that song was just kind of like floating through the ether when I was painting my gummy bears. And if you like sweets, if you like painting sweets as much as I do, you will love the latest class or the latest lesson in Critique Club. That is this right here. I'll have a time lapse on YouTube tomorrow morning. I kind of wish, well, you know, see, that's the thing. It's kind of like, oh, I wish I did the gummy bears because I think that's a better artwork. But then again, that took like an age. I have no idea. When I look back at the footage, it's probably going to be hours. It seems like I spent all day on that. I just wasn't even paying attention to time. I was just enjoying myself and listening to, oh, book recommendation. I was listening to Calypso by David Sedaris, which is such a charming, wonderfully written, humorous, honest collection of personal essays by David Sedaris. He's an American treasure. What can I say? My husband's been reading his books for years and years and years, and I've always seen them on the bookshelf, and I've never picked one up, but I was kind of looking through audiobooks because I listen to podcasts a lot, and I tend to listen to like, I don't know, like business and finance and political and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's kind of a drag. So and sometimes I listen to like podcasts about organizing stuff, which is like what a visual thing. Like I will listen to podcasts about people telling me how to organize things. It's kind of ridiculous. I'm like, no, I want something fun. So I've been listening to that while I walk, and then I was like, oh, this is good. I want to keep listening to it. So I'm like, well, I'm going to work on this artwork that I want to work on while I listen to this book I want to listen to or want to read, but I'm too lazy to read, so listen to it. And it was just such a perfect combination. But I will give you a trigger warning on that book. They do, the author does talk about his sister's suicide in one of the stories. It's not like a gory thing or anything, but it does come up a few times, so I just wanted to put that out there. I probably do it in his other books as well. So I do want to put that out there, but just hearing him talk about his like 5 siblings. So just hearing him talk about his siblings and how they relate to one another. It's like, I gotta call my sister. I've gotta call my sister. I'm trying, because this is the year of fostering friendships. This is the year of picking up a damn phone and calling people when I'm thinking of them, and not just like, oh, I don't want to bother them. They're probably busy. Because I always do that. I'll be like, oh, I really want to talk to my friend so and so, but then it's like, well, I don't want them to, I don't want to bother them, or I can come on kind of strong, so, I'm always worried too after I've talked to them, like, oh, did I come on too strong? Did they misread that? You know what I mean? It's like, I never know. Oh my gosh. But I think it's because we get so used to being online, and then we don't it's easy when you can see somebody's face and you're making eye contact and you can tell whether what you're laying down is being picked up the right way or not. Anyway, but that is my year of putting it out there, of reconnecting with friends and family, and like my cousin Jessica. I was just like, oh, wouldn't it be random if she watched a video? She's like, oh my gosh, she mentioned me. But anyway, I had texted her. This was like last year, because I was watching a show and there was an actor on there, and I always have to look up how old. First of all, I want to know how old somebody is. I always do. Sometimes I want to know how tall they are, and I want to know where they came from. And this one actor came from a town that my cousin grew up in, that my mother grew up in, and I'm the same age. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm like, do you know this kid? And she's like, oh yeah, I went to school with him since like kindergarten. I'm like, no way. He's like a big time like actor and stuff. I don't want to I don't know. I feel weird saying what the big time actor's name. Well, maybe not big time, on like Hulu shows and stuff. But anyway, it's like, oh my gosh, we're gonna get together, and have we? No, because that was last year. That was in the year of me being a hermit crab still. This is the year of me being, socially functioning. This is the year of yes, maybe. This is the year of maybe not yes. It's a strong maybe. Am I going to give my all? Every once in a while I'm like, I'm giving my some, I'm not giving my all, but do I give my all? I'd like to give my all. I'd love to be the type of person that gives their all again. I used to be the type of person that gave their all. I used to be the person that always said yes. I used to be the type of person that would try anything, and I kind of want to go back to that, that zest for life. I was just feeling so bland and unzesty lately, and I'm just like, zesty. Oh, if I had a word for the year, it would be zesty, I think. So, my get-together, my lunch with my college friends went so well. Oh my gosh. I posted a picture of the 4 of us on Instagram if you want to see that up there. My beautiful people. Oh, just want to squeeze them. They're so wonderful and such beautiful people. It was so good. It was like we never missed a beat, I mean, we all sat down and we were just like, just nonstop. It was wonderful. And it's funny because I always kind of wonder, it's like, oh my gosh, have I embarrassed myself on YouTube to the point where they will not want anything to do with me? But they don't even watch my videos, so I don't even have to worry about that, so it's literally like we're all on the same page of like, yeah, just like when we were kids. It was great. It was so fun. And I think it's good to be around those people that remind you of your vibrancy and your youth. And it's kind of like when I bought my first car again. I bought a copy of my first car last fall, but a convertible version, so it was a better version. It made you feel young again. And I think we need to remind ourselves of our passions and the things that light us up, because there's just so much in this world that can just drag you down. You've got to be reminded of those things that lift you up, and be around the people that lift you up and lift other people up, because people can be so grumpy, especially when you get into middle age, it's like the Alanis Morissette. It's like, boy, she has a chip on her shoulder. She was young though. She was young to have a chip on her shoulder. But anyway, I could appreciate the lyrics a lot more, I would say. But still, it was also listening to that music, because I listened to it when I was younger, it was like, you know, it made you feel younger again. You know, music can do that. Art can do that. Let your art unlock your joy and your inner child and all of that. So what else? Oh, I have a whole list. I actually have a whole list on my phone. So I have I haven't done anything to my hair this week. This is how strange, other than wash it. And I do feel slowly but surely the red is coming out, which is nice. It's like, somebody said, you're better than the groundhog, Lindsay, because we know it's spring when your hair goes back to blonde, and we know if you can't get your hair to go back to blonde yet, it's still winter. And I was like, that is so true. And it was so funny because my crafty girlfriends, I have these little like Facebook Messenger chat groups with different pockets of friends, and so my crafty friends, one of which is a hairdresser, she doesn't, well, no, she's a cosmetologist, she does like spray tans and makeup and stuff like that. So I was in one of the stages of my hair being pinkish peach color, which is just still kind of peach. I'm like, I don't know, I think it looks all right, what do you think? And then, so this has been going on for like a couple of weeks, me trying to get the red out of my hair. And one of my friends is like, Lindsay, I think maybe you should see a professional. And I don't know if she meant a hairstylist or a psychiatrist, I don't know, but either way, I think it probably applied. But it was funny. I was like, oh no, I think I like this. I think I like the shade. The shade's all right. I don't want to bleach my hair. I'm afraid of bleaching my hair. My hair is kind of like a dirty blonde color naturally, so I've never had to bleach it to get it to like platinum. I could always just use a regular like dye. So it's like, I don't want to do that because I've done so much. I do so much crap to my hair that I'm just afraid it would fall out if I bleached it. And it's really soft and in good condition, so I don't want to bleach it. So anyway, yeah, maybe you should see a professional. And I'm like, what kind of professional? I didn't ask. I didn't really want to know the answer. So what else? Oh my gosh, I had my YouTube anniversary this week, my YouTube birthday. I wouldn't even have known except YouTube sent me an email. And I have been on YouTube since 2010, so that would be 13 years, right? Because you count, the 0 year counts, yeah, that's 13 years, right? It's not 14, it's 13, I think. Yeah, that's 13, because you count on from 0, you don't count on from 0, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, 13 years. Math is not my strong suit, that's why I have an accountant. Oh, somebody texted me too, but anyway, see? I get so distracted. But anyways, so 13 years and over 3,100 YouTube videos later. So that feels good. It feels like, yeah, I did something. You know, I can leave a legacy. You know, if YouTube like goes belly up, I don't know. I have backed all my videos up, but that does kind of feel like you're leaving a legacy, you know? It's like you put stuff out there that, like, in 10 years, people might look at and get some value from, and I think that's totally cool. And I think it'll be cool to go back. Well, I say it'd be cool to go back and look at my older videos, but I never do. I never do unless I'm like, somebody said, did you ever do a tutorial on blah, blah, blah? Then I'll go and look that video up just to share a link, but I don't watch my old videos typically, because, my gosh, I watch those videos, I say, calm down, you're too enthusiastic. I've definitely mellowed out over the years, and I just look at some of those earlier ones and I'm like, oh, cringe. They are very cringe, but you got to start somewhere. And I remember when I think I was at about video 500, and I was like, yeah, your first 200 videos are absolute garbage. If you can get past your first 200 videos, then you're gonna be good. So yeah. I'm really curious about who sent me a text, because I never get a phone call, or it's so rare that it's like, woo, the hermit gets a call. That's fancy. And what else? I started oh my gosh, so I started a new exercise plan this week. Okay, so my paddle board is really heavy. It's like 50 pounds, and it's very awkward. So it's like every year, like a month or two before the ice melts, I've got to get in shape so that I can hoist my kayak and paddle board out of the truck, which did not pass inspection when it went in December, so I don't know what I'm going to be hoisting my kayak and paddle board on exactly. It's not going to fit in the convertible. Maybe it'll fit in the Jeep. But if I have to put it on the Jeep, if I have to put it on top of the Jeep, I'm definitely going to need some, muscles. So I'm like, okay, gonna start a new exercise plan. And so I got this little app on my phone called Women's Fitness. I'm not affiliated. I don't even know if it's like a good one or not, but every year I do some sort of like 28-day challenge or some sort of workout or whatnot. And I started a new one this week that I think is just like mainly focused on my abs, because when I laugh, or cough, I feel this intense, I don't know what the feeling is, intense soreness like across my like lower abs and hips, and then like if I pick something up, I feel this intense like soreness on my shoulders, arms, and chest. So so it's definitely working. The exercises are working, but it's like, man, because I don't like to lift weights, so I have to find something that's quick and easy, and the app does the job because you're only using your own like body weight for resistance and stuff. It's like I don't like picking up things. I'm not a weights person, but it does seem to be working. And I stepped on the scale this, oh, trigger warning, I'm going to talk about my weight. So skip ahead 30 seconds if you're, you know, don't wanting to hear about dieting stuff. I stepped on the scale this morning and lost 2 pounds. And I reset my eating back in February. No, not in February. Oh my gosh. Back around Thanksgiving, because I'm not a big Thanksgiving holiday eater, because I don't eat those rich foods. I'm telling you, the best thing I ever did for my diet, my health. Oh, maybe skip ahead another like minute or two if you're triggered by diet talk. Because it's not like diet, it's just like how I eat diet. That's what I mean. So I reset my eating, kind of got rid of the junk, just kind of like, you know, reset your taste buds, get out all the flavors, get out all the fats, get out all that stuff so that you're actually tasting the whole food and just eating whole food and watching your portion sizes and all of that. And you know, I managed to lose like maybe like 12 pounds since, or 10 or 12 pounds maybe since like Thanksgiving, you know, so it definitely wasn't anything fast, but then like just like that, like 2 pounds. It could have just been the luck of the draw, like I weighed myself on a good day instead of like a bad day or something, but I'm like, I'll take it, I'll take the boost, I'll take that, plus daylight savings time, and I am just feeling fine. I feel great. What can I say? What can I say? And the kids are, they're going to be on school break. Lila's coming home with a couple of her friends from college tonight, and they're going to be here for a couple of days, and they've got a road trip they're doing. So it's also like, it kind of warms my heart. It's like, you are having like the time of your life, you know, cherish it, cherish it. Do not say, like before the girls start college, I'm like, you are going to meet some of the most awesome people. You're going to have the best time. Don't hide in your dorm room. Go out, meet people, find your tribe, because those are going to be the kids that you hang out with for the next 4 years. So just seize the day, you know. And you know what? If you have kids, you have to be a role model of seizing the day. And because I don't want my kids to have any of my baggage. I have baggage around traveling, and I don't want them to have that. And also, like, I used to be super carefree, but as soon as I had kids, it was just like, I was super worried of them getting kidnapped or something bad happening to them. So I went from like completely carefree to completely anxious, like almost like a switch was flipped. So I kind of almost feel like now that they're adults, I'm kind of getting into this like, oh, I can be carefree again. You know, though everyone can look after themselves for the most part. You know, not totally, but you know, they're not little toddlers anymore. So I don't know. Feeling good though. I'm feeling good. I'm gonna take it because I've just been so dour for the last couple of months. Thank you for putting up with that. Oh my word, I feel so bad. Last probably 8 sat chats, you've been listening to me complain about how I can't manage to be creative, and you know, the sky is falling and stuff. So thanks for persevering through that dark time in my life. See you again next January. We should be sunshine and roses till then. A few people thought that I had seasonal affective disorder. I have no idea. I think I just feel strong feelings. And when my feelings are good, they're great. When my feelings are sad, they're sad. I don't know. You're also probably getting a little bit more distilled, because you're getting it all in one fell swoop. You know, you're getting, here's what's been going on for half an hour. So you're getting all that compressed. So, you know, I do appreciate you worrying about me, but, you know, I think it's just the ebb and flow of the year. I could say that now because I feel great, but, you know, might have had a different tune last week. So what else? I did play with pottery the other day because I was just like, maybe that will like kind of pull me out of my funk. So I went at the pottery wheel. Man, centering clay is something that that you need to practice. I was like, I'm in a very wobbly bowl that I, you know, threw back in the bag when I was done, and I was thinking I was going to make some custom palettes because I got kind of like kind of crestfallen over the whole pottery thing when I had a bunch of stuff fired and glazed, and the glaze had some crazing in it on some of my pieces, and I was just like, I just don't want to deal with that. I just, you know, I am not that committed to that craft. and it was kind of a bummer because I had this whole like this whole idea that because I found this place online. It's kind of like an Etsy, but it was free to list stuff, and it was like this handmade place. I can't remember what the name of it is, and I can't vouch for it because I have no idea like what the quality of this website is. But anyway, it was a place where you could list your handmade wares for free, and I thought, ooh, everyone's been asking for custom watercolor palettes, and I thought what would be really cool is to make watercolor palettes where you could just drop your existing pans in, because sometimes I'll be like teaching a lesson and I have like a big palette of watercolor half pans, and I'm like, it would be great if I could just pull out the 4 colors I'm using and have them just on a palette so it's not confusing to a viewer who's watching it. They're watching it, they want to know how to watercolor. Oh, they see 48 colors in that palette. How the heck are they going to know what to pick? If I pick, I could pull out, the 4 colors that I'm using and plop them into like little recesses in the palette. I'm like, oh, that will be perfect. My clay fire is white as it is, so all I'd have to do would be to make the palette. All I'd have to do, sounds so simple, is make the palette and then take it over to the ceramic shop and say, well, could you please bisque fire this, and then clear glaze it, and then fire it again. And so I'm like, I could make those where I could drop in half pans and full pans and Gansai size pans. I'm like, ooh, that would be great. And then I was like, oh, and I could make it so it fits exactly into one of the smaller priority mailboxes, so I'll know exactly what it would cost to ship. I had a plan. Because pottery is expensive. Well, you know what? I'll be able to ship it in this. I'll know exactly what the clay will cost, what the firings will cost, or everything. I'll have it all down to a science, and then I could sell them if I wanted to. But I could make it streamlined enough that I could just make up a batch of palettes, list them, sell them, and I could do that like maybe when I was bored. I don't know. I was also still on the cognitive dissonance of, do I want to sell physical product? Because that is, shipping things is a pain. Some people don't mind it at all. I find shipping things to be like, I don't know. Everybody has their thing, right? For me, it's shipping things. For some people, it's washing the dishes. For some people, it's putting away their laundry. It's putting away the laundry for me too. But it's shipping things. I don't know what it is. I literally live a mile from a post office that, sometimes, granted, isn't open when I show up there during their posted hours because we live in a podunk small little town, but still, it's not that big of a deal, but for whatever reason it feels like a humongous undertaking. So when the glaze crazing happened, I just kind of like threw that idea out the window. I'm like, nope, not gonna do it. I've had it. I was just frustrated, I think, at that point. Plus, like, the thrill of the holidays was over, and it was just, I knew I was staring down the barrel of a long winter, and I just think that it was just maybe one of the last straws on the back of the camel. I don't know. But, so I'm like, oh, I'm going to try and make these palettes today. That's what I told myself yesterday, the day before. I can't remember. I think it was it yesterday? Might have been yesterday. I don't know. Yesterday was a big day for me. I did some pottery. Started 2 paintings, finished one of them. Yeah. So anyway, so I was rolling out the clay. I'm like, oh, this is really hard to roll out because probably my muscles were so weak from my new workout routine. And also my clay is very cold. A bunch of snow came off the roof, and so we have a metal roof. So when it comes down, it like flies, and it had fallen and it had hit the ground and bounced onto one of the casement windows and like shattered it. So we've got this room is heated. It's an insulated room in the basement, but like my studio and Jason's workshop and the exercise area and stuff is a just unfinished basement, so it gets cold in the winter anyway. And then you get a big gaping hole in your basement wall because the window's been broken. It's even colder. So I was out there trying to roll out that clay. Oh, this is not rolling out very well. I think it's because the clay was really cold, and so then I started pressing. Well, it was really cold, and I think I might have added some water to it. So I had some warm water. So I'm like, well, let's add a little warm water to this and re-wedge it and then try to roll it back out again. And then I was like trying to press the pans in to the clay to make the little recesses, and the clay was sticking to the pans and not looking all pretty. It wasn't what I had in my mind's eye. And I don't know what I had in my mind's eye. I think maybe I was imagining working with Sculpey or something. So anyway, it was not going as well as I'd hoped. And I'm like, that's okay. I think I'm going to go sit at the pottery wheel. I have not touched the pottery wheel to use it since I redid the area back in January. It was like after Christmas. I did, how I do my defrag, my yearly defrag room of hoard. You can check out that video if you want. I probably won't have a card. You probably have to actually go to my channel like a peasant and actually find the video and click on it. This is not a full service video here. You know, I'm going to randomly talk about things and you'll just have to find it on your own. You know, you have to do your own research. Oh, I think I've realized why my YouTube channel is failing. Well, it's not lack of consistency, it's giving my some instead of giving my all, I guess. But anyway, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna use I leveled out my wheel when I set it up over there, but I have not even turned it on and used it over there. So like, I'm gonna make myself a little bowl, little pot, something. Yeah, it didn't go well, but it was fun, and that was the important thing. And then it just kind of like, I think what it did was it kind of unstuck me. It got it, because you can get stuck in your own head, and I feel like just the fact of like getting your hands in clay was just kind of like the catalyst of, you can be fabulous. Look at you. You're making something with clay. That's great. You know, you can do this, you know. You're not just, you know, some old fuddy-duddy who doesn't do anything fun and new. You get that negative self-talk where you thought, I'm just a fuddy-duddy. No, you're not a fuddy-duddy. You are not a fuddy-duddy, you know. You are awesome, and you can do whatever you want to do. You can do what you want to do. Go where you want to go. I don't think I have the words right either. But I do like the mamas and the papas. They have really good harmony. They sound really nice. I got my tax stuff sent out to my accountant, which is good. That stresses me out. That stresses me out until it's like out of my hands. Once it's out of my hands, I'm like, well, let the chips fall where they may. I have given all the information I can give. Yeah. Let the professionals handle it, you know, because there are times where you have to just like, you just have to let it say it's out of my hands, and you've got to, you know, you have got to trust it in somebody else's hands that knows more than you do about a specific thing, and that is definitely not something I will DIY just about anything. I will DIY my hair, which I have to say, not to brag, I'm having a good hair day. I think so. Daylight savings time, good hair day, completed painting that I don't hate. I'm gonna take every little win I get today and not feel bad about it. So yeah. Oh, there was something else I wanted to mention. A viewer had posted, because I was talking about what I was doing, the peacock. The peacock, that's on my channel, the peacock back there. I was painting that on a video, and there's a real-time tutorial for that, by the way. I've been doing some shorter real-time tutorials to kind of bust you out of any creative slump. I think I have like a minute left. And anyway, I had mentioned I really like the Soho pastels from Jerry's Autorama because I feel like I can do a whole painting with just those pastels. And somebody said I heard they were discontinued. Well, I did follow up on that. They are not being discontinued. It's the Soho pencils that are being discontinued, not the pastels. So you don't need to hoard them. I was thinking, do I need a backup set? Oh my gosh, I really don't want to hoard, but I really don't want to be out of those pastels when they go away. But luckily, that is not the case. But anyway, holy cow, guys, we've talked for 28 minutes. Hope you had an awesome time. Set those clocks forward, change your smoke detector batteries, and till next time, happy crafting. Bye.